why don't you go ahead and tell us about our 2020 winner of the NAFI Kings
Scholarship. We'll do that. First of all, I think we have Bob Mader available to us today. He's the chairman of National Association of Flight Instructors. And Bob, as chairman and the National Association of Flight Instructors, they're the moral guidance. They're our sense of direction to the flight instructor community. And what a contribution you make, and it's a pleasure that you did this. And what Bob has done is helped us establish a flight instructor scholarship for the NAFI scholarship.
Right, for either acquiring your initial flight instructor certificate or adding a rating onto it.
And they've provided the opportunity to do that, and it's a wonderful thing for the flight instructors. And I just say thanks so much for your leadership, Bob. For how many years have you been chairman of NAFI?
7, I believe, if I can.
And have I learned how to pronounce your name?
Yes, we were kidding around about that before the press conference. But really what I wanted to say, and I'll step out of the way as you introduce our winner. It wasn't just me. It was a lot of people at NAFI that helped pull this together, and of course, working with King Schools. And we really appreciate it. And we're honored to be a part of this. And when everybody meets our winner, I think as with winners in the past, I think you'll all be very impressed. So I'm going to step out of the way and let you continue on.
Well, thank you, Bob. Let's get Nobi up. How you doing, Nobi? Nobi is in Honolulu today, but at the speed of electrons travel, I don't think it'll slow us down very much. Good to see you, Nobi.
Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, we are hearing you. We are seeing you. That's terrific. You know, one of the things we've been, I don't know how many flight instructor scholarships have we given?
Well, we've given, this is our 5th through NAFI, and we've given
to go through the applications of these people, because you get to meet extraordinary people like Nobi. And as I went through this last batch of applications, Nobi just bubbled to the top of it. And the reason Nobi bubbled to the top of it is that everyone who knew Nobi considered her a friend. She makes friends. She makes friends by some of these same principles we've been talking about with Joe Munoz, seeking out and taking care of other people's needs. She's very aware of how she can make a contribution to somebody or to a community, and that's what she does. And
let's take a look for a moment, Mike, at the slide about Nobi's background so people can see how qualified she is.
Let me just say just a few more things. And what we were looking for is someone who would make a contribution to the community, and that we thought was going to be a leader and an achiever towards the community, and that was Nobi, and that's who we were looking for. We were looking for someone that we felt that the scholarship would help them on their way, could be a contribution to them, and that they in turn then would be a big contributor to the community, and that's Nobi. That's what came up. Go ahead, Marcy.
Well, she's if you take a look at that slide of her background, you'll see right away that she's been involved with the 99s, the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, the Women in Aviation, and when COVID-19 hit, she founded the Aloha Aviators to sew masks and transport them and other supplies around the islands in Hawaii. She's just very dedicated across the board to being a contributor to every community that she's a member of. And that's what makes it so wonderful to help her achieve her goals as far as being a flight instructor are concerned, because we know that she's going to be sharing that passion with many, many other prospective aviators and inspiring their passions also.
Don't go away, Nobi, but I think Bob Mader of the National Association of Flight Instructors had some thoughts that he would like to add to this.
Well, thank you. And Nobi, it's an honor to have you here and to have you as a member, and that you've won the scholarship. And you're an example in what it really means to be a flight instructor.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We as instructors, we can't sell a bucket of knowledge. We can't magically make somebody fly. All we can do is take our passion for aviation and our enjoyment of it and pay it forward to the next generation, whether that generation's even somebody older than us, but the next new pilots, I'll say it that way. And where I'm going with this is that looking over your application and talking to you and listening to John and Martha and to Barry and the others, you exemplified that. You give back to the community, you give back to aviation, and I think you're a great example for all of our members, and we look forward to having you around for a long time.
Well, thank you so much. I wish I could take all of the credit for being selected, and it's such an honor to win this scholarship. Like the legendary Martha King and the NAFI. It's just, those are rock star names. Everybody recognizes those names. But I think it takes a village to get anything accomplished. I couldn't have come this far without amazing mentors, and I owe them everything. And it goes the same with the masks and how we produce them and how we delivered them. I couldn't have done it alone, and I'm so blessed to have a phenomenal group of people who really care and want to make a change. So it's all coming together and making a change, and making a change, of course, for the better. And I'm super stoked about the Cessna flight training. I am so excited to implement that as a flight instructor in the future. And Joe's airline interview course, oh, that's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to download that and learn and utilize all of these fabulous tools that you are continuing to roll out. So super stoked, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you. It's such a huge honor. Mahalo nui loa.
Well, in closing for myself, your attitude is what exemplifies a great instructor. So thanks for being here.
Martha, you need to tell them what she gets.
Right, Mike, if you'll go to that screen for the 2021 NAFI King School Scholarship, and this is the same that NAFI got. It's an $18,000 total value with $5,000 in cash towards the CFI education. And for Nobi, that'll be for her flight instructor certificate, her initial, but it could also, if someone already has their flight instructor certificate, it could be to add an instrument instructor or a multi-engine instructor. Whatever additional ratings will be valuable and useful for them. It also includes free lifetime access to the entire King School's library of courses. It includes flight instructor refresher courses, FERCs for life. And the good news is the applications for the 2021 NAFI King School Scholarship are open today. The deadline is January 3rd, 2021. And of course, you have to be a member of NAFI in order to be able to get that scholarship. But they're open today. Go ahead and apply. And we are intending to award this at Sun and Fun 2021.
And as an example, when Nobi got the scholarship, she got an interview and got hired. And then when the COVID-19 came along, the job disappeared, just disappeared.
And that's heartbreaking, but Nobi's not letting that stop her, because as you saw, she's just pouring herself into her community, aviation community activities to help other people along.
And the first thing she did was start making masks. And you're still making masks. Do I have that correct?
Absolutely. We made 30 masks yesterday, so it's nonstop.
And in addition to that, the masks used to be delivered by kind of a commercial air transport service, and they quit the service during the COVID crisis. And so Nobi is delivering the masks to the outer islands of Hawaii and flying around and flying from the right seat because she's a flight instructor learning pilot.
And that was real easy learning to land from the right seat, wasn't it, Nobi?
Oh, it's a cinch. Yeah, you can do it flying from the
That's not what she told us. She told us it was a lot of
not.
So and so she's using that to advance the community and advance her skills at the same time. So she's a doer. She's a contributor. All right.
Now, one of the things they mentioned was how much she was looking forward to using the Cessna flight training system. And Barry, you had someone you wanted to introduce on that, correct?
You're right, Martha. And so just going back in summary, you've all had the great opportunity to meet Nobi that we've all enjoyed at King Schools. So happy, Nobi, to introduce you to the rest of the community on this call. You're a fantastic winner, and thank you so much for applying. So you've had a chance to meet Nobi. You've all heard about our airline